emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics. It's time for everybody's favorite fire hose of Final Order information. Welcome to the Final Order Report, where we bring you a hand-picked selection of comics and graphic novels before they head to print and quantities are finalized. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop and your last chance to subscribe or special order before the final order deadline this Monday at noon. That's June 23rd. These titles will be hitting our shelves as soon as July 16th. Green Brain Comics and the Final Order Report are proudly powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or download the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or access your existing account to order and pay securely online, ensuring you never miss an issue. That's what I was missing. Get rid of those. There it is. Today I'll be using Comichub to showcase items from this week's Last Call for Confirmed Orders Carousel. But before I do that, let me just mention and thanks to Klezmergeddon for their music today, somewhat powering the Final Order Report. I'd like to also thank BRAINSCAN Productions. Okay. First thing I'd like to show you today is our spotlight on small press comics that are going to print on Monday. And the first one we'll show you. Let me show you the interface first. So once you sign into Comichub, click the green banner there, Shop Coming Soon. Once you get in there, look for the search Orders Due Sunday. That's for Last Call. That's the carousel we will be using today. Once you click through there, you'll see everything is scrollable vertically. And you have filters on the top for alphanumerics and drop downs for publisher, format, brand, etc. Those are all available to you at comichub.com. And let's get back to that first thing that I wanted to show you, and that's our final order report on small press comics. And the first thing I'll show you today is Mark Spears' Monsters. Number 3 gets a second printing that will be available on August 6th. Then we have Endless Night number 2. That's a 4-issue miniseries from writer Mark London with art by Tom Derenick and a Chris Weston cover. That is from Mad Cave Studios. Oh yeah, I gotta use that. Okay, yeah, also from Mad Cave, we've got Far Down Below number 4. That's a 6-issue miniseries from Chris Condon, with a cover by Jacob Phillips. Pastime number 4. We just had number 3 hit the shelf. It's growing in popularity and looks like to be wrapping up soon with this penultimate issue from Joe Harris. Love Struck number 1. It's a new series from MC Foley, Don Handfeld, and Alonzo Molina. Also has a B cover from Alonzo Molina as well. And then we have Mercy Sparks, now available through Massive Entertainment. This is written by Josh Blaylock with art interior pages by Brian Rogers and Josh Blaylock himself. Got this A cover from Joel H. Herrera. A B cover from Josh Blaylock. A C cover from Pop Mon. And Enerjax bringing in this D cover from Mercy Sparks, Daddy Issues, 1 of 3. Over at Oni Press, we got a second issue of Benjamin by Leo Max and that other dude. I enjoyed the first issue a lot. This one has a Christian Ward cover on A, Malachi Ward on B. Also from Oni Press is the debut of a new EC title called EC Catacomb of Torment. This, pardon me. This features a cover by Jorge Fornes and interior stories by John Arcudi, Tanchi Zanjic, Matt Kint, David Lapham, Dan McDade, and a host of other swell EC contributors. This new series is called Catacomb of Torment. We get a B cover from Tom Fowler and a gold foil variant with the art of Jorge Fornes available on July 16th. This gold foil cover comes in at $8.99. Oh, might be a good time to use a zoom. Here we have the new issue of Heat Seeker Exposed Gun Honey Series 2. This is a Gun Honey series, issue number 2 of Heat Seeker Exposed. Yes. Got that In-Hyuk Lee cover on A, Derek Chu cover, and Ace Continuado on D. Want to see what C looks like? Sign on to the Comichub app. Okay, next up we have Darkstalkers crossover with Street Fighter Blood Throne number 1. This is a resolicit, just reminding you because it's another opportunity to get your orders in. And various covers, as well as a resolicit of Mega Man X timelines. All of those will be available on July 23rd. Get your orders in for those variants before Monday. Money Shot Big Bang continues with number 3 of 5 from Tim Seeley and Patton Oswalt. Got a B cover from Rebecca Isaacs. Over at Oni Press, we get a couple new things. Fence Breakthrough, this new mini-series is called Game Changer from series creators C.S. Paskett and artist Johanna the Mad, who did the A cover, and a B cover from DJ Kirkland. Hey, there's a new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series called Rita's Rewind. This is a tie-in to the hit video game, brand new hit video game. Cool. It's written by Zoe Tunnel with an A cover by Tango and interiors. A B cover by Steve Gregson and a full art foil cover. Let's get over to that. That's very nice. Ooh, we can even zoom in on this one. Look at that beautiful Rita. Where is she? Oh my gosh. Such a vision. All right, let's move back on over to Last Witch, Blood and Betrayal. This is number 2 of that new volume by Connor McCreary and art by Vivi Glass, who did this A cover. And a B cover by Mary Costa. Los Monstros number 3 drops on July 16th from James Robinson, Jesus Marino. Star Wars, Hyperspace Stories, Auras, Onslaught, The Bad Batch, Ghost Agents. It's got so many titles. This is number 5 with an A cover by Michael Attea. And a B cover also from Michael Attea. Nope. This is from French Carlo Magno. Okay. There's also a new Hyperspace series called Tides of Terror. This number 1 is written by George Mann with art by Luis Morocho and Eduardo Mello cover. And a Pius Bach cover on B. And a C cover from Edwin Galman. One more? Ooh, nope, that's it. Star Wars Hyperspace Stories Tides of Terror number 1, available on July 30th. One more from Dark Horse, and that is The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos, Children of the Night number 2. I think this is subs only. If you want it, give us that special order. Ooh, then we got some stuff over at IDW. The new Godzilla versus the USA one-shot. I'm sorry, Godzilla versus America one-shot. This is Godzilla versus Boston. Written by artist Jesse Lonergan with art by Matt Emmons and this Hayden Sherman cover. Check that out. That's very nice. Hayden Sherman. Rocking it. And then we got a B cover from Jesse Lonergan himself. Good one. Yeah, that brushwork comes through. Godzilla vs. America, Boston, available on July 30th. Also from IDW, Monster High World Scares. I think this is a one-shot. Yep. Jackie A. and Caroline Schuda with a Betsy Cola cover. And Lisa Sturl with the B cover. Sonic the Hedgehog number 80. Ian Flynn, Aaron Hammerstrom. And a B cover from Yamila Carey. Ooh, here's the big news, folks. I'm very excited to say Dynamite Entertainment is back in the business of making comic books. They've been on hiatus for a few weeks now. Their books have been getting backlogged. We haven't seen them. You know, they're getting behind. But now that they got a new distribution deal, we get to see all these awesome new series in print very soon, including this Gargoyles Demona miniseries spinning out of that very popular Gargoyles series. This is written by Greg Weisman with interior art by Frank Poor, and this cover by Megan Hetrick. Ooh, got a Jay Lee cover. What's this? That's a Frank Poor cover. That's cool. Ooh, we even got a Mark Spears cover. That's all for Gargoyles Demona number 1. We got a date. It's July 9th. Herculoids number 5 drops on July 16th with this Francesco Mattina cover on A. Joseph Michael Linsner cover on B. And a C cover from Bjorn Behrens. One more? Ooh, it's Kyle Hotz. We get some eyeballs, some stray eyeballs. This is pretty cool. Oh, Egu looks like he's drawn by Tony Millionaire. Red Sonja Attacks Mars, number 4. It's on the schedule with this Joseph Michael Linsner cover. Jay Lee and Greg Land. The series debut of the long-teased, Red Sonja Noir number 1. This features a special 40-page one-shot packed with two-fisted betrayals and bloody retribution, all wrapped in treacherously alluring covers from Lyrics Lee. Joseph Michael Linsner and a cosplay cover too. It's Red Sonja Noir number 1. Red Sonja stars in the third book on FOC this week. Red Sonja versus Army of Darkness number 3. Got this Bjorn Barron's cover. Tim Seeley, who also is writing this joint. And a Tom Rainey cover. Look at that. Interesting. One more. It's Nicole Jelinek. And that's kind of cool. Uh-oh. It's going to get chopped in half. And here's the big debut on FOC this week. After the thrilling events of issue 12's second story arc finale, the fine-tuned creative team of David Pepose and Jonathan Lau pull out all the stops for this very first Space Ghost annual. With this covered by Francesco Mattina. Jay Lee. Look at that swell thing. There's going to be punching. That makes a good thumbnail right there. Then we got this Bjorn Barron's cover. Look how gross. Ugh. That was going to be the thumbnail. And Anthony Marquis cover for Space Ghost Annual number 1, available on July 16th. Also, we get a second issue of Space Ghost Johnny Quest. Space Quest, that big all-star crossover, is back on the shelves on July 9th. You can get your Mark Spears cover on A Joshua Middleton cover for B, Derek Chu, and a Ben Oliver cover. One more. Chad Harden, pardon me. Harden. It's Space Ghost Johnny Quest number 2. Thundercats number 16 by Declan Shalvey returns on July 16th with this Lucio Prio cover, Declan Shalvey cover, and Jay Lee cover. Oh, we got a couple more that are pretty cool. I'll show them to you real quick. Drew Moss. I love this Mannix cover, the old tarot card. This is a action figure Drew Moss and a Ken Heiser Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles homage variant on Thundercats 16. One last thing on FOC this week from Dynamite is Vampirilla number 3. This is a cover by Lucio Perillo, a Greg Land cover, Shannon Meyer, very nice, and an Elias Chatsotis cover for Vampirilla number 3, available on July 9th. Get your orders in by this Monday, the 23rd at noon. And that wraps up our focus on small press. Now let's move on over to Image Comics. And we'll start off Image Comics with Blood and Thunder number 3 with this EJ Sue and Miss Sassy K cover on A David Lopez cover on B. That's very nice. The Cold Witch, A Tale of the Shrouded College number 3. Dread the Hall H. This is a one-shot set in a comic convention season with short stories by Chris Ryall, Jordan Hart, Nelson Daniel. We got covers on this. Oh, we got a B cover. Kind of. Dread the Hall H. Look, it's Ghost Pepper. This is a brand new Skybound series. That's right. This is from artist-writer Ludo Lullaby with interior art by Adriana Lucas and Ludo Lullaby, who also did this A cover. Got a B cover from Art Germ. Look at those ribs. It's Ghost Pepper number 1, available on July 16th. G.I. Joe number 9, Tom Riley cover. Golden Rage, Mother Knows Best number 4, Lauren Knight cover. A Jill Thompson cover. Aww. I Was a Fashion School Serial Killer. This is number 4 of a 5-issue miniseries from Doug Wagner and a Daniel Hilliard cover on A, and also a B cover. Invincible Universe's Battle Beast number 3 returns to the shelf on July 16th with this cover by Ryan Otley and a David Nakayama cover. King Spawn number 47, Federico Sabatini cover on A, and a Francesco Tomaselli cover on B. Very nice. Phantom Road number 14 from Jeff Lemire and Gabriel Walta. Red Coat number 13. A mysterious force threatens to turn the tide of the Civil War by handing the Confederacy an unthinkable victory. One of my favorite comics from this new Ghost Machine imprint. It's Red Coat from Jeff Johns and Brian Hitch. Got a Brad Anderson cover on C. The record-breaking series Spawn gets a 366 issue from Todd McFarlane and Brett Booth, and a Don Aguillo cover on B. The Tin Can Society. This series has been running a little late. We're expecting number 7 on an adjusted schedule for July 16th. And the new miniseries premiere, the pulse-pounding comic event of the summer, aims for your jugular, courtesy of master artist Jay Lee and Jerry Duggan. Yep. We got an A cover by Jay Lee and a blank variant. It's a Thelma and Louise-like duo barreling through classic Quentin Tarantino-esque action. Gotta love that Jay Lee stuff. He's been turning in some amazing covers. He's back to doing interiors recently, and we're looking forward to this new 3-issue miniseries. Ooh, 40 pages for $4.99. Not so bad. It's available on July 16th. All right, wrapping up Image Comics, we've got, almost wrapping up. We've got Walking Dead Deluxe 117. This is an all full color reprinting of this issue with a new cover by David Finch. That's right. Charlie Adler cover on B, and a Matt Wagner cover. That's pretty cool. I'm digging that. Witchblade number 12, a cover by Giuseppe Cafaro. Danny on B, and an Art Germ cover on C. There it is, folks. Youngblood Deluxe number 4, available in a regular edition for $3.99. You can get a foil edition for a couple of bucks, but what you can't do is buy it off the shelf because Rob Liefeld. You could special order it. I'd be happy to special order it for you. And that wraps up IDW. Let's move right on over into DC Comics. How we doing on time? 24 minutes in. We've got a big old list of DC and Marvel books to get to. So, without any further ado, yeah, there it is. Let's kick it off with Absolute Batman number 10. This new issue has got a Nick Dragotta cover on A. Look at that cool new Bane. I'm digging the abomination that is Bane. Gabriel Del Otto cardstock cover. A Gil March cover. Absolute Flash number 5 with a Nick Robles cover. Interiors by Al Kaplan. A Haining cardstock variant. Ooh, and look at that Clayton Crane. It's very nice. Batman 655 gets a facsimile reprinting. This is the first appearance of Batman and Son. That's right, Damian Wayne's first appearance from this classic issue by Grant Morrison and Andy Kubert. Also available in a foil edition. And a Superpowers cardstock variant by Alex Saviuk. Batman and Robin Year 1, number 9 of 12, with this Chris Samney cover. A Junie Ba cover. An awesome Junie Ba cover. And a Frank Quietly cover for Batman and Robin Year 1, number 9. Say goodbye to Bizarro World. Up is down, left is right, and red is green. And this is Batman, Superman, World's Finest, number 41 from Mark Waid. Adrian Gutierrez art on the interior with this Dan Mora cover on A. Amazing Michael Cho cardstock variant. Adrian Gutierrez on a C cardstock. A Kevin Maguire Superman movie variant. Oh, and then let's move right on over to the final issue of the DC crossover with Sonic the Hedgehog. Number 5 of 5 drops on July 23rd with this Pablo M. Collar A cover. Cardstock variants by Lucas Meyer. Okay, then. Then one issue to go before the historic milestone 1100th issue of Detective Comics. This unlikely alliance between Batman, Harvey Bullock, and the Penguin is coming to a head from Tom Taylor and interior art by Lee Garbett. And this cover by Michael Janine. Guillaume March on this B cover. Ooh, this Chris Stevens cover looks very nice. Jay Lee cover on D. Man, I can't zoom in on any of these. Too bad. Gotham City Sirens Unfit for Orbit. That weekly shipping miniseries has a number 3 on FOC this week with this cover by Terry Dodson and Rachel Dodson. A C cover with a connecting variant by Guillaume Marsh. We get this interesting thing. In advance of the regular formatted issue, Green Lantern number 25 has this glow-in-the-dark foil variant for the new storyline, Starbreaker Supremacy. Number 25 ships on July 23rd. You can get your Fancy Pants glow-in-the-dark foil variant for $8.99 with a special order today. I don't know how many of those I'm getting for the shelf, folks. Okay, Crypto the Last Dog of Krypton number 2 has this A cover from Jay Lee and a Rafael De La Torre cardstock variant. New Gods number 8 of 12 with a cover by Nimit Malavia. And this Javier Rodriguez variant. That's very nice. Wow. Tom Fowler on C. Nightwing 128. This issue is called Oracle Lost. Cool cover by Dexter Soy, Jorge Fornes, and Juan Ferreira. Ooh, we get this Gotham City Sirens cardstock variant by Marcio Takara. Watch out, Nightwing. Superman Unlimited returns with the number 3 on July 16th with this cover by Raphael Albuquerque. A B cover from Lionel Francis Ute and Tony S. Daniel. Ooh, we get this Ryan Benjamin variant and a Gotham City Sirens cardstock variant. One more? Nope. Titans number 25, big anniversary issue with the debut of the new Crime Syndicate. John Layman, Pete Woods cover on A. A B cover from Carlos D'Anda. And this Afu Chan variant, really? Looks kind of like Dan Hip, but you say Afu Chan, I say Afu Chan. Wonder Woman number 23 with a baby on her back in this Daniel Sampere cover. David Nakayama cardstock variant, along with a Homare variant. And Zatanna number 6 draws this 6-issue miniseries to a close from Jamal Campbell. Credits for all of the above. A B cardstock variant by Frank Cho. Homare. All 4. The final issue is Zatanna number 6. And that wraps up DC Comics. Ooh, I tore through that. All right. Let's move on over to final order report on Marvel Comics. All right. Our first Marvel comic this week is from the Star Wars universe. It is Star Wars Dr. Aphra Chaos Agent number 2 with this A cover by Eiji Kure and an Annie Wu cover. Marguerite Sauvage. And then over to the Marvel Universe in the home stretch. It's Amazing Spider-Man number 8. It's time to die, Spider-Man. Oh, he died like 20 times in that last series. This is from Joe Kelly and John Romita Jr. John Romita Jr. cover. Dan Panosian Retrovision variant is pretty awesome. Gabriel Dell'Otto. And Jeff Deckel with his Black Cat variant. Ooh, look, we get a second printing of Death of the Silver Surfer with this Ron Lim cover. I feel like that needs to be foil. Doom's Division number 5. Doom's Division No More. Cover by Kreese Lee. And another Kreese Lee? Really? I think that's Scott Hepburn on A, is what I think. And then we get this artist team-up variant from Young Join Yoon. Ooh, Emma Frost, the White Queen, just debuted this last week. What did you think of it? Pretty fun. From writer Amy Chu and artist Andrea DeVito with this David Nakayama cover on A. Oh, this beautiful Jenny Frison cover. Oh my gosh. Jessica Fong for all 4. Emma Frost, number 2. Fantastic Four Fanfare. The celebration of the storied history of the Marvel's first family continues with these short stories by Chip Zdarsky and Mike Allred. And this A cover by Marco Cicchetto. Nicoletta Baldari with this Amazing Thing cover. Digging it. Hey, look what's back. It's Fantastic Four presents Franklin Richards, the Son of a Genius, number 1. This isn't like a replica or a facsimile. It's just a new printing. Move over, Mr. Fantastic. It's Chris Eliopoulos on this cool Franklin Richards series. Hey, we get a new printing of giant-sized Dark Phoenix Saga with this recolored cover A. I still got plenty of copies in stock if you're interested. And we got that Ivan Talavera cover. Ooh, and then we get an issue 3 of Gwenpool from Cavan Scott with this Chad Harden cover. And a Stefano Nessi. No, that's Karen Darbo. That's very nice. Iron Man number 10, the Insurgent Iron Man with this Yasmin Putri cover on A. Alan Villanueva Marvel Television variant. An Annie Wu Retrovision variant. And one that kind of surprised me. I'll just drop this on you right now. A Jim Mahfood variant. Folks, Oh, Food One just turns in this amazing Insurgent variant. Look at how cool. Look at how bandaged up. Look at how gritty. It's Iron Man number 10 with this Jim Ma Food variant. Oh my gosh. Available on July 23rd. It's Jeff, the new ongoing series from Jeff the Land Shark. Has this second issue with a cover by Gurihiru on A. This NetEase Games Marvel Rivals variant. A Paco Medina variant. Oh, look how cute. Look at how cute. Oh, a Ryan Gonzalez cover. That's kind of swell. Oh, look, they're all chibis. Wolverine's going to be okay. It's Jeff the Land Shark number 2 with this Toki Takaro variant. Hey, we get a second printing of New Avengers number 1 with this Mark Bagley recolored variant. And Doom's reign has been a success for months. Now we get number 6 of One World Under Doom from Ryan North. Interiors by R.B. Silva, and this super gross variant, a cover from Ben Harvey, available on August 6th. That's right, they said there was going to be a little bit of a break in between this last issue, and here we are, August 6th. Get a Carlos Piguelin Dumasaur variant and a Pete Woods variant. Ooh, look, it's Phoenix number 13. Cool, cover by Lucas Vernick. A Michael Cho Retrovision variant. And Psylocke is getting pulled back into the grave by Mahmoud Asrar on A. Benjamin Sue Retrovision variant. Runaways is back with a number 2. Did you get a chance to read number 1? Got this Stephanie Hans cover on A. Paco Medina on B. And a Yasmin Putri variant. How nice. Let's see, what's next? Spider-Girl gets a second printing for number 1 with this new cover by Carrie Andrews, I think. Spider-Verse versus Venomverse number 3 drops on July 23rd with this cover by Luciano Vecchio. Kind of digging the style. Reminds me a lot of Trad Moore without the weird proportions. Number 3 gets an In-Hyuk Lee variant, but that's a pretty cool statue design for Spider-Ham. Storm number 10, Manhanini cover. Pretty. And a Betsy Cola Retrovision variant. The Uncanny X-Men number 18. Look, it's Mutant Appreciation Day, written by Gail Simone. Interiors by Luciano Vecchio, and a cover by David Marquez. A Greg Land Rogue variant. West Coast Avengers number 9. It's Ultron Civil War from Jerry Duggan, Danny Kim, and cover artist Jose Maria Casanovas. That's pretty cool. All right. B cover by Scott Godlewski. And Wolverine number 11 from Saladin Ahmed. A cover and interiors by Martin Kokolo. And a Retrovision variant by Leo Romero. And wrapping up Marvel Comics FOC this week with one of the most iconic covers in Marvel history. This is a facsimile edition of Uncanny X-Men number 137, the climactic chapter of the classic saga of the Dark Phoenix. Amazing cover by John Byrne and an okay story by Chris Claremont. Oh my God, folks. This image burned in my brain. You can get your copy on July 23rd. And that, folks, wraps up our focus on all the books all the new comics going to the print on Monday, June 23rd, and information on how you can get a hold of them. Yeah, that was our final order report on Marvel Comics. And I normally have a bunch of Green Brain events for you, but yeah, I don't, which is pretty cool. But I would like to say that's almost every comic book on Last Call this weekend. I already said all that stuff. All right, so thanks for joining me on Final Order Report. You can join us back here on YouTube live Tuesday evenings at 6:30 for BRAINSCAN Live broadcast from the floor of Green Brain Comics on the eve of New Comic Day. You can get your first look at all the swell new comics hitting the shelf on July 25th. Yeah. So that does it for me. Thanks for joining us on the Final Order Report. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Oops, I did the wrong thing. All of the links to our shopping cart website and Comic Hub are below in the description. Music for this episode brought to you by Brainstem Productions. I can't get that in. There it is. And our swell friends at Klesmageddon. We are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Also, sorry about not having an episode last week. I'll try and stay weekly from now on. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks. Emanating from deep under the earth. Spreading across the globe at the speed of thought. Changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics.